How you doing, YouTube? How you doing? This is your host, King Geo, in the house. Before we start anywhere, before we go any further, I want to give thanks to God. So just give him a prayer on this Saturday. So, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth that is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us. And it is not a temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Amen. Every morning that you wake up, give thanks, give your thanks to God, and when you go to sleep, also give your thanks to God. No matter how angry you are, don't go to sleep with your partner. Angry, that is no good. Trust me, it's no good, guys. So, well, the title of my story is "The Road to Alcoholism." The road to alcoholism. Um, I want to tell you a little bit about me. Some of you already know, some of you don't know, but I'm gonna tell you something about me. Okay, how I became an alcoholic and how defeated alcoholism. Both my parents are Puerto Rican. They come from Puerto Rico. And my mother got together at her early age and met my father. And with my father, my mother had three other kids. My father was a pure alcoholic. He was an alcoholic. My father drank from day one to the since he woke up, since he fell asleep. There wasn't a day that my father was not drinking at all. So my childhood towards my father, between the ages of 2 to maybe perhaps 9 or 10, I don't remember. I really don't. I am told that my father was a very cruel man to me. That my father used to beat me. Um, his own family members that I've never met, that I met a few years ago, told me, "Yo, Gio, I'm sorry." And I'm like, "I'm sorry for what? I'm sorry for the way your father treated you." I was told that he took me by my hands like this one time and tried to burn my legs. He used to abuse my mom. My mom was very scared of him. But those are the things that I don't remember. I remember certain things about him once I turned 12, 13, 14 years old. But I don't remember those years. And I think, when I went to my psychiatrist and I was having problems sleeping and all this kind of stuff, and she suggested, should we hypnotize you, see what's going on? And I said, no, I don't want to get hypnotized because if my brain is not bringing up these thoughts, then I don't want to have it. So So my father used to drink every day, and my mom used to drink every day too. But my mom was more of a social drinker. And when I say that social drinker, she used to drink one little cup of beer at nighttime before she went to sleep. But my dad didn't. My dad drank every single day. He had jobs galore, but he had good jobs that he stood there. And being drunk, they never fired him. Only one time in the Bronx, he was working in the market and he fell asleep. But watching my father drink, that's something that I didn't want to do because I've never tasted alcohol. I didn't want to know anything about alcohol. But as a Hispanic family has a tendency that when there is a big party, oh, let's give them a beer. That doesn't do anything. It won't harm them. It doesn't do anything. They will do this, and that's where it starts. At least for me. So whenever there was any family gatherings, whether it was Christmas, New Year's, they always had beers, and I used to always sneak one or two. But I didn't acquire that taste until later on in life. Um, um, when I turned 17 years old, that's when I started drinking every day. You know, because alcohol is easy to get in the store; it's much more cheaper. So I started drinking, and at the beginning, I was drinking because I was going out with a girl. I was 16; she was 14. She used to drink, and I was like, I want to be cool. Dumb mistake. And not knowing at that age to be honest, not knowing what addiction was. I said to myself, this is not gonna do anything to me. I'm not gonna get addicted to it. I'm a strong man, strong body. It doesn't bother me, but it did. It took a toll on me. And then once we broke up 10 months later, that took an even toll on me because she broke up with me. What do I do? And here I am. The beer is my best solution, right? Not knowing that the following day, that same problem that I had is going to be there. The following day, the following day's problem is going to be there from yesterday. So, you want to drink because you want to take the sour away. I want to drink because of this. So that's how I became a full-time alcoholic. Was after my girlfriend and I broke up, and to be honest with you, I just became a what you call a hobo, or drinker. Was I proud of that? No, I wasn't. Because I ever said if I was going to become an alcoholic, if I was to be homeless, I'm not going to be like I'm always going to take a shower, and that's what I became. I became a homeless hobo from the streets. Not ashamed of it. I really am not. But here I grew. Here I was. With my alcoholism was getting more and more intensified. Now I needed more. I had to wake up. I literally had to wake up with a cup like this, or like this, or a bottle, and I had to take a sip, because if I didn't take a sip, I would take the shakes. My hands would go like this, and that's a bad feeling when you can't grab a pencil, or when you're writing a letter, or you're writing your name. You're writing like a little kid. So. At 17, I decided to drink, and it just kept on. It kept on. The 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. At 23, I had my daughter, Priscilla. I thought that was going to change me, and unfortunately, it didn't. I lost my daughter, not because of alcohol. Is her mother was murdered in 1996 in Florida, but that's another topic. And it was never be any, And then I had gone to jail, and I did 9 months. But in those 9 months that I did call her grandfather so he can put me on, so I can get in contact with my daughter, but they never did. When I came out of jail, the day before she had passed away, my baby's mom's mother, and the gentleman, her grandfather, Roy, said that he had already lost Melissa, the other daughter. He lost his wife, and Priscilla was up for adoption, or for a foster home. I said, well, hopefully she's a good care and stuff like that. I wanted to bring her with me, but I realized I cannot bring a child with me, because I myself I'm an alcoholic. What can I provide to this young lady, to this baby? So I said it, I said it as that, but I didn't give her up for adoption because I had to sign papers. I never signed that paper, at least then. And I went on for the past 20 years. From 1998 to 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Since 2014 that I've been sober. Guys, I woke up every day drinking alcohol. In my afternoon, it was alcohol. My evening was alcohol. I even went to a Christian retreat to see this go away. That didn't help. And it would have helped if I went in here, if I went from the heart. But I guess I had other plans, and that didn't work out. I had to function in order for me to fit in what society wants me to fit in. So I drank every day. Never stole anything, but I drank. It, 50 cent beer here, $1 beer there, blah, blah, blah. And that takes its toll. But alcohol was always there for me. I never had to fight it, because if I wanted to go to the store, I get it. If I wanted to beg outside for 50 cents, I get it. If I wanted to get something, I get it. There was no need for me to rob anyone. But as I got older, my alcoholism got worse. I still kept on drinking. I used to drink at least. I don't lie to you. I used to at least drink a whole pint, like this big of Bacardi, by myself. Sometimes I would get two, just in case one gets broken or get stashed. They don't want to give it to me. At least I know where the other one's at. And that's how it was. I went into alcoholism thinking that I could get away. I want to drink once in a while. I'm with this girl. We don't drink a lot. She's still at school, and I didn't think of the ramifications of alcoholism being an addiction. I didn't think about that. So the alcohol consumed me, it got a hold of me. And let me tell you something, it was hard. It was hard. It was hard. It was hard to let go. Any addiction is hard, but you could do it. I mean, I woke up every morning. I needed to have a shot of anything. If I took my spoon, guys, to eat breakfast, and I didn't have my food, my fork, my hands would go like this. I lied to you. Not my hands would be like this. If I had to sign up, if I had to sign a piece of paper, if my hand was signing, I would sign like this, like me being born again as a child. And when I realized my point, I said, "Wow, I can't do this anymore. I'm pouring everything I got. I got nothing. And for what? For beer? Because the beer is, you want that first high, you want that first contact, and that's it. You're not gonna get anything other than that. Just belligerency, you know." So I was waking up with the shakings, and I just couldn't take it before. I mean, I wasn't programmed before, but those were forced detox. I went two that I did on my own, but I just didn't have the right agenda. I didn't have the right mentality. Say, I want to go into this rehab. I want to rehab myself. Or some people say, let me do this 28-day program and then just leave. It takes more than 28 days for you to recover. So my recovery, so I had to reverse the way of thinking. Everything that I knew of alcoholism had to leave my body, had to leave my brain, because my brain is very weird and starts thinking things. If I can eliminate that, we're good. You know, it's something that I'm thinking about something. We eliminate that portion, right? If we can the first thing to do as to recovery of any addiction, but I'm talking about alcohol, is you got to stay away from people, places, and things. That's number one. And number two, you need a good support group. You need someone that's going to support you. You need someone who's going to tell you that you're valuable. You need someone to tell you that you are worth it. Okay, because you are worth it. Okay. So that's how it is. So, like I was saying in my story, so I woke up every morning wanting the pint of alcohol because I couldn't function without it. I put that in my mind already that I needed alcohol. I needed alcohol. I needed alcohol. I needed alcohol. Never went for OD, the dad, never did LSD with it. Just pure weed. And and my alcohol. So the weed didn't appease to me that much. It's a good high, but it didn't appease to me that much. I prefer staying with the alcohol. So I stood with, so I, so I stood with the alcohol, and I just kept on, and I kept on, and I kept on, because my probation was mandated, and I still drank after that, and I kept on. Even when my baby's mother got pregnant, I kept on. I really did. That doesn't give any reason to cheat on me, but anyway, but I kept on. You know, my childhood was not the best childhood there is in the world, guys. My childhood, my father used to beat me, my mom used to beat me. I remember my mom burnt both of my legs, both of these hands. I remember that like if it was yesterday, because I borrowed a video game from my cousin, and she was drunk, and I vowed never to do that to my kids. But I became an alcoholic, and it wasn't easy. To leave is hard, because you can become an alcoholic overnight. I like this drink. Oh, this tastes good. I'm getting more. And if you don't know how to stop, it's going to consume you. It's going to take over you. So what you do is that you do have a good support group, right? That's going to support you. You have people that care about you. Let them. I guarantee they tell you every day how much they love you. They tell you every day how much they need you. They tell you every day, Dad, why don't you stop drinking? And I want everyone that's listening to me to stop drinking and stop drinking, because guys, as I was going through my story, I forgot that when my ex cheated on me, that infuriated me. So I just got even more drunk because I figured to myself, if I drink today, it's gonna be gone tomorrow. No, it's not. The problem still stays there. The more you drink, the more it goes into your blood pressure and into your bloodstream, and you could die from alcohol overdose. So it was kind of hard, So I was like, started at 17. I started doing hardcore alcohol, and it was just amazing. And like I said, you're gonna need a support group. You need someone who's going to be there that when you think you're gonna relapse. And also another thing that I don't use the word relapse. Um, I'm not a medical profession, so anything like that, so don't take me for it. It's just my advice. I don't use covers. I just use a comforter that I bought from where was it? From Best Baptist and Beyond. It was a great cover, and I've been there. I've been with that. Um, so that's the only thing that I would do as far as that is concerned. So so where was I? There's so many things in my mind. So yeah, so you have to have a strong support system. My system was my mom. When my mom found out, don't worry, you're not gonna be the first, and you're not gonna be the last. And that touched me because I wanted to have a conversation with my mom. I wanted to talk to my mom. I wanted to cry on her shoulder, say I'm sorry, which I already knew what HIV was. So I wasn't scared about the HIV. I still am not. But I wanted to savor these moments, and and try to teach kids in the past that there is no hope in marijuana. There is no hope in dope. There is no hope in any of this. In any of this, you know. So I would wake up in the morning. I would drink my famous Bacardi with rum, or just plain Bacardi because I didn't like the rum. I didn't like the soda so early. So when I got my own place, that was every single day Bacardi, nonstop. And my boss couldn't smell it because I always held my breath when I was over with my boss, but they never complained all the years that I worked. And going to my house, it was very rough. I had to give myself Christmases. When I got some money, I would buy I remember I bought a Duke Hazard set. It was for me and my cousin. He wanted to be Duke. What I gave me. So I rented a small track so we could become Dukes Hazards because we did our own gifts. Parents didn't give us our gifts. So we had to do our own. And um, and then it came that decision that that she had to leave to Puerto Rico in 1988 because the house already finished. That she wanted me to go with her, and I said no, I can't. I can't go to Puerto Rico because I have my life here. I have my girl and stuff like that, which I should have gone. So I said, fine, let's do this. So that's what I did. Then the alcohol became more and more and more and more intense as the time passed by, and becomes harder and harder and harder for you to let go. But it can be done if you're committed to a program, and you're committed to that program, and you continue doing your YouTube, to sex or Twitch, whatever it can be. Guys, do it. It is worth it. Okay, it's worth it. Saving a life is worth it. So yeah, so having my childhood wasn't easy. I was out of the three. I was always the one that got the worst of the worst of the fight. Not my sister, because my sister got married young, and my two other brothers. But my other, he couldn't say anything to my youngest brother because my youngest brother is from my mother's second marriage. So I went. I turned 18. I was every day drinking. You know, I slept in the floor, being homeless. I slept on park benches, being homeless. I've seen a lot of homeless in the city of New York, and I can tell you for a fact that there is a crisis in the city of New York when it comes to homelessness. There really is, but governments are thinking about too many things nowadays that they don't care. They don't care. What's the other thing that I was going to say? Okay, so it led me to alcoholism, And like I said, the things that you have to do is you got to stay away from people, places, and things. Get words of encouragement. Have people hang out with people that believe the same thing you do. Have the same goals, or maybe has less goals, but come on down. So I'm a little hazy because it's still early. So I drank every day, every single day, in and out, in and out, in and out, for 20 years, guys, 25 years. And I was double caught. So it's of importance that if you want to let go of alcoholism, you have to say, I want to do it. Don't do it for your mom, don't do it for your dad, don't do it for God. Do it for you. Because if you disappoint someone, you're gonna disappoint yourself. You're gonna disappoint your needs. Oh, my needs. Oh, you're gonna get better, so you're gonna take me to the school play. I can go see him, or I can go play tennis with him, stuff like that. Things have to be earned. So I try to teach my kids. I try to teach my kids values. So that's how I started with alcohol. So then when I went from alcohol, I went all the way to the age of 30 drinking. Then I came down to 1 pint. I guess they called on. So that 1 pint sold me for 150. And then the girl says, "What's up? What's up? You already seen the movie." So if you're claustrophobic, I'm talking about the movie. See, my mind is wondering. So yeah, so my father was a very strange man. He came home, he wanted the house clean, he wanted my mom aprons. He didn't even let us watch TV. We have to watch TV after he left the house, and then before he left the house, we have to make sure that everything was off. You know, so my journey to alcoholism was when I turned 17 years old. I tasted it again. I liked it. I didn't like the fact that my ex-girlfriend lied to me for a fireplace. I don't know why. For a fireplace. Did I just go? My ex-girlfriend lied to me. Um. So anyway, it all happened at the age of 17. But I drank every single day, and when she broke up with me, that even got even worse. So I started drinking even more. No support system, no nothing. And I figured, who's gonna want me? I'm an alcoholic. I go to programs only so good. I don't want to go to a program, you know. But it can be done, guys. Get yourself a good support group. Get someone that's going to help you. Get someone that has your mentality. And it is going to help. Whenever you have an urge to I suggest that you put a candy bar in front of you, whether it's Sneakers or one of those peppermint things. You can do that. It gives you something. Um, it's not much I can give. It's just for everybody to protect your homes. Don't be fooled by these people. Oh, they got your son. They'll show you some pictures and blah blah. Blah. And him him's probably a dummy. And you put that face there. But we have to do our own little things, and that's what I did. So I used to give my own Christmases because my dad was very, very hard on Christmases. So we didn't have Christmases when my father was there. Then we moved to my aunt's house in Queens, and then you spoke. Then I can't do this. Because I'm tired. I'm going. I'm flirting over. So I went to Queens. Then in Queens, things were not the same thing. The same thing was eat. The same thing was there. You got marijuana. You got cocaine. I wasn't a big fan of cocaine. You have all that, and it's kind of hard to imagine. You having all these people letting out of Rikers Island, and now they're gonna go buy beer. But I wonder how. I wonder how their that impact of a cargo is going to hold. We don't know yet. If you guys know, let me know because I gotta make more stories. I gotta make my stories. All right, guys, take care. Tomorrow be part two, and I'm not doing this part right now because I'm really, really tired. As you can see, my eyes are gazing here and there, and I know probably said some incoherent stuff. So I do apologize. Tune into my channel and watch for subscribe. So I'll be doing giveaways pretty soon. So I appreciate your time and patience. Thank you very much.